WWE superstars Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso did not have the Friday night they had hoped for. Due to their numerical disadvantage, the duo suffered a beatdown from the new bloodline on SmackDown. With Jimmy acknowledging that they need support, a new report has shed light on the company's plans for the two moving forward. After reuniting at Bad Blood, Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns came face-to-face on SmackDown, where the OTC asked the fans to acknowledge Big Jim. Jimmy made it clear to Roman that they are outnumbered against the bloodline, teasing a reunion with Jey Uso. However, the head of the table instantly shut down the idea. Jimmy's words were proved right towards the end of the show as the numbers gained from Solo Sikoa and Co. proved too much for the original bloodline members. The recently returned star reiterated the need for help to Reigns as SmackDown went off the air. A new report from Wrestling Observer Radio has stated that the OG bloodline members needing help angle will be continued for the upcoming few weeks, while Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso are currently outnumbered against the new bloodline. Former WWE analyst Sam Roberts suggested a way the duo can deal with the heel faction. Roberts stated that Reigns causing internal conflict among Solo Sikoa and Co. by pointing their reliance on Jacob Fatu could help them in their ongoing battle. Jimmy Uso suffered a loss in his first match back as the former undisputed WWE Tag Team Champion came up short against Solo Sikoa. The bloodline played a major role in the outcome of the match and even destroyed Roman Reigns and Jimmy after the match. WWE's storytelling has always been a roller coaster of emotions, alliances, betrayals, and redemptions. One of the most intricate and compelling storylines in recent memory has revolved around Roman Reigns and the bloodline. As the tribal chief of WWE, Roman Reigns has been at the helm of this faction, steering the ship through numerous highs and lows. His influence and control over his cousins, particularly the Uso brothers, Jimmy and Jey, have created a deep and layered narrative. The most recent development, which saw Jimmy Uso suffer a brutal beatdown on SmackDown, raises the question: what are WWE's plans for Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso moving forward? Let's dive into a potential roadmap, combining creative speculation with the pieces already on the chessboard. The SmackDown beatdown, where Jimmy Uso found himself on the receiving end of violence, signaled a shift in the dynamics of the bloodline. Jimmy's decision to realign himself with Roman Reigns and betray his brother Jey at SummerSlam had been met with controversy and intrigue. However, his loyalty to Roman Reigns has now come into question, with many wondering if this beatdown is the beginning of a new chapter. For months, the narrative centered around the dysfunction within the bloodline, with Jey stepping up to challenge Roman for the title of head of the table, while Jey opted to leave SmackDown and pursue new opportunities on Raw. Jimmy's decision to stay behind under Roman's wing added new complexity. The beatdown, however, may suggest that Jimmy's role in the bloodline is not as secure as previously believed. Roman Reigns' character has thrived on control, manipulation, and a Machiavellian approach to leadership. Every move Roman makes is calculated, ensuring his dominance in WWE. Jimmy's role as the loyal follower seemed clear, but Roman's actions on SmackDown hint at a possible betrayal or test of Jimmy's commitment. One potential creative direction is that Roman views Jimmy as expendable now that Jey is out of the picture. Roman has always been about maintaining the strength and unity of the bloodline, but he is ruthless when it comes to eliminating perceived weaknesses. The SmackDown beatdown could be seen as Roman asserting his dominance and reminding Jimmy of his place in the hierarchy, or potentially punishing him for failing to deliver in his role as an enforcer. Roman's future in WWE as the tribal chief is built on maintaining his aura of invincibility. With Jimmy's loyalty in question, Roman could begin seeking out new allies, or positioning himself as the lone force of power. This could also lead to a renewed push for Solo Sikoa, the youngest member of the bloodline, who has slowly been emerging as Roman's right-hand man and a formidable presence in his own right. Jimmy Uso's character arc is at a crossroads following the SmackDown beatdown. Jimmy has always been portrayed as the more impulsive and emotionally driven of the two brothers, compared to Jey, who is more thoughtful and strategic. The beatdown could represent a turning point for Jimmy, either sending him down a path of redemption or leading to an explosive face turn. One creative possibility is that Jimmy Uso begins to realize that aligning with Roman Reigns was a mistake. The SmackDown attack could serve as a wake-up call, making Jimmy understand that he is merely a pawn in Roman's game. WWE could build toward a redemption storyline, where Jimmy distances himself from the bloodline, realizing that his betrayal of Jay was not worth the price of losing his identity. This arc could see Jimmy becoming an underdog character, fighting against the oppressive power of Roman and the bloodline. As Jimmy reflects on his actions, there could be moments of tension and internal conflict, with flashbacks to his betrayal of G and the emotional toll it has taken on him. The idea of Jimmy seeking redemption would add layers to his character, allowing fans to empathize with his struggle. Alternatively, Jimmy could make a bold-faced turn by going after Roman Reigns. The idea of Jimmy defying the tribal chief and stepping into a more rebellious role would set the stage for a potential one-on-one clash between the two. WWE has always thrived on brother versus brother or family versus family conflicts, and this could serve as the next iteration of the Bloodline's disintegration. Although Jey Uso is now on Raw, WWE might keep him involved in the storyline in some capacity. Jay's departure from SmackDown doesn't mean he's permanently out of the picture, and the ongoing conflict between Roman and Jimmy could lure him back into the fold. One interesting twist could be Jimmy seeking forgiveness from Jey, realizing that the blood feud between them was manufactured by Roman to keep them divided. WWE loves a good redemption story, and a brotherly reunion between Jey and Jimmy could be a key part of the overall arc. Jey, however, may not be quick to forgive, leading to more tension between the brothers. Another possibility is that Jey becomes a key figure in Roman's eventual downfall. If Roman and Jimmy's relationship deteriorates, Jey could return as the wild card, choosing to side with Jimmy to finally dethrone the tribal chief. The build-up to Roman's eventual comeuppance has been slow and methodical, and Jay's return could be the catalyst for the collapse of the Bloodline. The Bloodline has been one of WWE's most dominant factions in recent history, and its eventual collapse will be a monumental moment. Roman Reigns' reign as the tribal chief has been defined by his ability to control his family. But as that control slips, so does his grasp on power. The beatdown on SmackDown may be the beginning of the end for the Bloodline, as we know.